Hey, it's Edge here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Bitcoin with Elliott Wave Theory. Before getting into the analysis itself, I wanted to let you know that I have a Patreon where you can find Elliott Wave Basics course, access to weekly live streams and more. Thank you for your support. Let's get into the analysis next. Starting here on, let's get through with the higher time frame count first. So again, overall, we had a few different ideas starting from here. But the main one is that we have had a 5-way structure coming into the lows of 16.2k. And that is again the impulse wave count. Having this as a wave A or wave 1 is the main idea. Then we would have a counter trend move where we would have this as an A wave, B wave and C wave. If that is not going to be playing out, these impulsive wave structures in here, we are going to be creating this as 3 waves and then 3 waves to actually put in the B wave here, and then we are going to be getting a partner leg here. At that point again is going to be making more probable that this whole thing is an ABC instead, just based on the time. Even now it is more probable to have as a wave B, just based on time. However, if we are looking at the higher time frames, we have counts where this is the wave 2 as well. So neither of them are going to be invalidated based on time, but the probabilities just shift a bit. If we go through this count again, wave B was put in place here around 16.3k on the 30th of December. Since then we had a potential leading diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, having overlap between 1 and 4, and then very short wave 2. That is very typical after a diagonal wave, to have a very short wave 2, and then we had another potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into a new wave 1. I had the wave 1 previously at these highs, but if we are creating a structure from these highs as a correction, it would be looking very weird. This structure here would be so much larger than the 2 previous ones. It just doesn't feel too good. This definitely feels better as a 3-wave move like so into that wave 2. Since then we have, again, if we are looking at this as an impulsive wave count, more likely that this is a wave 1 of something, and then we would be looking for wave 2. I don't really like this too much. We don't really have a good divergence going on at these highs. So again, and also the substructure here does not really fit too well into the idea of 5 waves. This definitely felt like a 3 waves into up in here, and then we had a mess afterwards. I tried to short this at these highs where we had pretty much a 1-to-1 extension here, and got stopped out above it on this week before we launched up higher. Again, as mentioned, there's not really a good looking divergence there. There is of course a divergence at these very highs as we see here, but I'm not quite sure if that is very very 5-wave-ish. So that's why it makes this whole count a bit less likely. Also, what makes it less likely is the fact that we are creating nested patterns of 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2s. And when generally we see more than 3, the probabilities of that being actually a nested pattern reduces significantly, and this would be the third of. And with the substructures here being not that good, we can lower this priority of this count. But I'm still going to be trading the setups that I see locally, and whatever the higher time frame structure is going to be or become, I'm just going to be fine with that. Now, the other count that we had from these lows was a potential 3-way structure into W, 3 ways into X, and then 3-way structure into A. The idea here was that, again, there is a potential that this is a wave A, B, and C, or that's again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Both are valid. There's no invalidations again, and the third wave here would be getting beyond the 0.618, so that is fine for me as an A wave as well. We have retraced quite a bit here, so again we are, I think, did we qualify as for a wave B? Let's make sure. Actually, looks like we did not. We did not even hit the 0.854, so this might actually be a WXY going up higher. Might need to change that. So let's do that right now. So this would be a WX and wave Y up higher. The issue, however I'm going to be labeling with this is the structure inside here. This is larger than the higher degree structure in here, so larger than the wave X. That makes this count less likely. Also, the RSI is not really fitting into this idea either. So I'm going to put this on the back burner for now and reduce the probabilities of this quite a bit. It's going to be the least likely scenario for me at this point. So if we still want to be having it with going with the three-way idea structures, we would be having this as three waves into W, X, and then this would be the wave Y. Having the highest RSI here, or basically within the wave Y at least of this wave W, would make most sense, again having this as a three-way structure. Then a three-way structure into the lows of the potential X. Again, this whole thing could be a wave 1 of a diagonal, as we were looking for in that C wave. The only way we could be looking at that in the form of threes is a diagonal. So that's why we have to be keeping that in mind. Wave 2 would be here as well. Generally, as a time, we definitely want to be seeing the 38.2 hit for the wave X or wave 2. Any three-way structures basically as well. I would like to see that 38.2. That respects the time and good look, or the right look, most in my opinion, as a minimum. This did not fit in here. So again, this is something that should raise some alarms in your head, in my opinion. That might be something that that the structures might be tricking us. So this could be something else. If we have this as three waves, again, this does not really feel like five waves, because again, 3 mesh and potential 3, I don't know, maybe this is a WXY on its own. Do we have this as a three wave and then looking for structure like so? I'm not quite sure. We're just gonna have to wait for this. I'm still on the longs on ETH and Bitcoin, that is basically that. What I'm expecting this weekend is create a range here, most likely something like this, potentially taking one side out, faking it, getting the liquidity from up in here, taking liquidity and then continuing. S&P 500 did quite the same thing that we were expecting. It just took the liquidity from the above and then dropped just before the close on Friday. So we'll see. That is going to be interesting on Monday to see what we're going to be getting. But here, again, I'm not expecting us to make any kind of large moves during the weekend. And I'm not quite sure how this very sideways action really fits into this current price action. But we'll see. We have already retraced quite a bit on RSI here back to the bullish area here on the 30s and 40s, and that generally says that okay, we have a more potential to the upside as well. But again, that is nothing guaranteed. This can also lead into some kind of structure like so. But what would be the main targets overall for if this is indeed A and B? The overall idea would be that we would be hitting the 1-to-1 at least. Let's see. 1-to-1 at least, that would be around 17.16k. Not really sure, we don't really have too much confluence there. We have the range value area high just beyond that. Some old weeklies and dailies. And of course we do have this previous area of 0.618 extension target of this move. But again, not really anything else that would be supporting that idea. Liquidity for sure would be around here, beyond the A waves highs, beyond the current highs that we have. Potential week going beyond the current highs would probably get us to this area of liquidity up into the top of previous wave A as well, creating a bit more larger wick as people have stop losses there, and then we could be pivoting down. But again, that is just something that might happen, nothing concrete to be honest. But yeah, those are the 3 counts that I'm watching at this very moment. Not really taking trades until I see clear setup, but I'm remaining in my long setup until I see something more bearish happening. Even on the smaller time frames here, I don't really see anything bad at the moment. This structure coming from the low highs definitely seems like a 3-way structure, so I'm not really too worried, even if we would take out these lows that the start of this basically being start of something, I wouldn't be expecting it be something impulsive or start of something impulsive. So that's why I'm still sticking with the long setups for now. But I think that is going to do it for this video. If you made it this far, again, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below. And for now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.